Today in Canada, in my greenhouse, you can see the bubble wrap behind the fish tank. That really helps to protect the greenhouse, as well as my walls are double thick. Like there's a large amount of, see if they come here, of air in between. There's like a 2-inch gap in between the 2x4s, or a 1.5-inch gap when I built this whole greenhouse. So it's not just a single pane, it's like this thick, right? There's plastic on each side of the 2x4, so everything is double thick. But yeah, I just wanted to show you, these are the wild guppies, the wild, some people call them subminima. Now that one there is a cross, so he's large. There's 3 that are crosses because they don't normally get quite this big, but this was a cross that somehow got into my other guppies, and I fished them out because normally you see the males are very small. That's like a full-grown male there of the subspecies, whereas the cross is twice as large. There's 3 crosses in there, 3 males. I had to take them out of the other tanks. Then normally the males are very small. So the crosses would be the size of an Endler, right? Because Endlers, I've seen them at the pet store, they're much larger than the subspecies. The rest of them are subspecies and they're very small. But the 3 male crosses should make this little colony of subspecies guppies a little bit larger. I've also put in this tank, this plant, I can't remember what it's called, but it was growing really nice last year in the fish tank, but now it started to die out in the house. It's like all the plants in the fish tanks in the house are dying out, low light, low everything, right? So I've been moving them out to the greenhouse because everything in the greenhouse gets better light, the natural light. Like over here, like, look at the beautiful guppies in the natural light. Now those 3 crosses I pulled out of here. There's another cross right there with a short tail. That one right there. They're hard to get. But somehow the subspecies guppies got into this colony a year or so ago, and then they were in the pond. But I think somehow the colors are more luminous with the crosses in there. And also, this is all natural lighting. And that's why the plants are doing so well back there. But all I do is I just clean the algae with a sponge on the glass. And I don't know why. I think there's too many guppies in here. I gotta get them out and put them elsewhere. They've made so many babies, and the babies are growing, and they're constantly hungry. And although there's lots of plants in here, now of course they're going to get excited, natural lighting, and they get attracted to the glass, the wine glass. Yeah, this is natural sun lighting. And that's probably why the plants are doing so well. And over here there's another plant as well, because really you can't beat natural light. There's another beautiful plant, and it's in the greenhouse, so there's light shining from all angles on that beautiful plant and making it look so fluorescent. So yeah, somebody asked what about the lighting. I have a little light here, but it's not strong enough to light into the whole tank, but it just adds a little bit of light for at nighttime viewing. Although it still allows for dark shady spots for the fish to rest. And this little planted filter is coming along quite nice. I just stuck them in there with no soil, the spider plants. I took the lid off. I just thought it looked prettier. I'm trying to make the top of the tank resemble like a pond from the top in the, the fairies perspective. So, yeah, and I want to move my fish tanks. Like, the house is so dark, the curtains are closed, and the light is low, and They're just not getting enough light in the house. And those bulbs, when you first buy them, those tank kits, the bulbs make the plants, some of them make the plants grow really good, but then the bulbs dim out and die. And then your plants start to dim out and die. But at least out here, I haven't had to worry about the sun dimming out and dying. Oh yeah, I got that beautiful wreath at the secondhand store, the Post, $6. Like, someone paid a lot of money for this, I'm sure. And it just looks beautiful in here, and it complements this other little ivy of flowers that I got at the secondhand store last year. I'm just trying to disguise the loft, you know, so it looks prettier. And so, you know, with the fairies, just everything blends in. This is a woman's touch on the greenhouse. Yeah, so I moved that fish tank in here. The yellow color of the water is due to the Laguna liquid pond peat. It helps condition the plant, condition the tank, and the liquid pond peat lowers the pH. The guppies like it a little lower. It helps make the plants grow. It's conducive for good fish tank, especially like for fish tanks in the full sun, like outside, like here in the greenhouse. So you see the natural lighting coming in, even though this is in an old TV stand. That's what I'm using right now. I moved that in the other day, and yeah, so it gets a lot of light, even though it's in the TV stand. Like I said, there's lots of light coming in, right? And the light's getting stronger every day. And this vine is growing nice. And I'm going to have it so it can grow just like that. I'm going to have to fix it. It's so pretty, that vine. And then, of course, the plants on the upper loft. This is the upper loft. There's lots of room for plants. I can move stuff around. Look at this beautiful succulent. Yeah. So, this is my light detector. There's enough light coming in. And if there's lots of light, they really start to shake. Right? And even on a cloudy day, you'll see them moving slowly. Oh yeah, this is a nice find from Dollarama, $4. They have different kinds to choose from. $4 Canadian. It's probably cheaper in the States. Goes with this other dollar store bench. It's like 2 scale. And this little fairy, right? So everything would be sort of 2 scale, like, because the fairy could fit in the door there, right? And she could sit on there. Well, not really, but we could pretend. So, like, this fairy might be a little large and she might break the bench. Ha ha ha. And then these are overgrown fairies. Oh, I got a phone call.